Hi, Maryam Eisler.
Hello, Carrie Scott.
I have questions.
Go on.
I have lots of questions.
I'm all yours. The crux of my work till now has always been about the sublime feminine. And for me, that sort of fetal position, but also, really exemplifies on so many levels strength, the essence of woman with a capital W, which is really has taken so much of my practice.
How did that image even come to be? Like naked woman, black and white, in a desert space.
It was actually in the Beau-de-Provence in south of France. I said, would you take a pose on this natural platform? And as she sat, the light hit her, and there was, obviously all the dust from the quarry, and I just said, grab the dust, and
she threw it up.
She threw it up in the air. And so I caught the moment where she went back into that fetal position, and all these stars, it's almost like the sparkling wonder around her descended.
Kind of okay with letting chance take over.
Yes. I'm a great believer in, when it comes to the visual, capturing that split second. It's not -1, it's not +1, it's the second. It's more about capturing a sentiment. It's more about capturing a feeling. Generally speaking, probably my inner psyche working, which I then try to project eventually into the digital form and then eventually onto a piece of paper.
What is your take on there being a female gaze?
I believe in, showing sensuality in all its might. I'm not scared of sexuality, but it's never done in that hard, harsh kind of way that potentially a male gaze can have on a woman. I embrace all of that and I never stay shy of it, but I do think that there are ways of showing it. So effectively the body becomes a beautiful sculpture filled with energy, filled with effervescence and life and possibility and potential. It goes beyond the physicality of this figure.
How do you go about picking all these crazy...
I'm a bit crazy. I'm very spontaneous. I'm incredibly spontaneous.
And wasn't there like a ballerina?
Yes.
Who you got?
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Police came?
Absolutely. Not a human in sight. And the entire St. James to us, and this wonderful ballerina, Prima, started twirling and whirling all throughout St. James and flying, just exploding with energy and possibility. And I still have goosebumps thinking about it, genuinely speaking, because it just gave us such a verve for life. And I said, I'm not cracking any, we're not breaking any rules here. We're allowed to do this. And they were very adamant, you better pack up, we're going to take you in. I was like, okay. So, but by then we had captured, we had captured everything we needed to capture. I feel incredibly privileged that for the last 10 years, I've really managed to finally focus on really what matters to me, which is photography, my own photography. I live it, I breathe it, I dream it, I eat it, and I'm constantly onto the next project, the next idea.
What's the most irritating thing about being a photographer? Like when people see the work and maybe they say, why are you shooting women nude all the time, Maryam? Or what's with the sexy shot of the cowboy?
I won't mention who, but it was in the context of a very serious audience, and the person who was interviewing me said, I don't understand how you allow yourself as an Iranian woman to actually shoot the figurative woman, sometimes nude. And I was so irate. I really was so irate, because that automatically puts you in a box. Kind of backlashed, and I don't think he's spoken to me since.
But that gets back to don't pigeonhole me.
Don't pigeonhole me.
I am not some expectation.
And by the way, I'm not an Iranian artist. I'm not, a photographer. I'm just a human who happens to love art, and I create art, and I support art, and I love art, and I can't live without art. Simple as that, really.